Hey, what's up everybody? How are you doing? This is your favorite Nigerian American on YouTube. I hope that you guys are doing well. So, have you guys ever wondered why Nigerian builders and developers almost always have a dishwashing machine in the kitchen? If you want to know the answer to that question, guess what? One of the Nigerian developers has came online to share why with you guys. So I wanted to watch the video with you guys and then bring the comments to it later. All right, let's check it out.
Why would we put a washing machine in the kitchen? Doesn't it seem wrong? Why would this be where you're cooking? The reason for that, or the reason why we chose to do it that way, is because one, piping. This is already a wet area, it's already tight. Meaning that once we put it here, we take advantage of the piping in the space and this place works together. Now, if you put it in one of the bathrooms, one person doesn't have access to it, while the other person does. But this is more a general area for everybody to have. Putting it in the balcony was our other option before, but we found out that people that use the space preferred putting it inside. They didn't want it in the balcony. Maybe they didn't want people to be seeing what they were washing, or I don't know, it just did not happen. Now, thirdly, space is expensive, especially in developed areas like Lagos. Let me know, what are your thoughts? I've been SirFolajimi. See you on the next one.
All right, so that's the video, guys. So in general, by the way, this is something that I questioned a lot when I first came to Nigeria, because it was very odd to me coming from the US side. It's just something I've never seen really, unless it's like a tiny home or like a really studio or something like that. But usually, like in apartment houses, there's usually like some sort of dedicated like laundry area. I noticed that it's not only a Nigerian thing, because recently I went to UK, I've been to France many times, and I also noticed that they actually also put a washing machine in the kitchen underneath the cabinets. So Mr. SirFolajimi, he's actually an incredible like real estate developer. He vlogs and shares a lot of insightful information on Instagram. So he told us to tell us what he thinks. So I'm going to share what I think, and I also want you guys to share what you think in the comments below. So he brought up a few reasons. Being that I've done a few renovations, I've been a part of a few developments, I've kind of been around this thing for like the last 3-4 years now. One of the reasons why he said that they keep this washing machine in the kitchen is because of piping, which I completely understand. And for you guys that are not like familiar with construction, is essentially he's talking about the power supply, the kind of the waste supply, the drainage. It's already piped for the kitchen through like the washing, the hand washing sink, maybe some in the fridge, depending on if you have water supply in the fridge. So it's easier to just keep the piping in the kitchen, and it's a common area and it's a wet space and everything is good. So that's one of the reasons. But for my own like experience and exposure over the last 3 years, checking out probably over 50 plus houses, apartments, it seems to me that it's more of an economical and convenient way to think most of the time. So, because when I challenge it, like when I'm doing a new renovation or when I'm working with an architect, they naturally want to do that. So I now have to tell them that, like, no, I actually want it in a separate place, and it causes a little bit of friction. They're like, this is how we've always done it, but I'm like, no, you can't. So they're like, it's gonna cost you more, and I'm like, yes, it's okay. I'm willing to pay more. So what that means is they have to like do extra routing, create maybe an extra drainage, run extra pipes, get extra tools in order for like to be able to channel all this water and plumbing stuff to be like in a new location. So I think most of the time it's not a matter of like they don't have any choice. It's just that it's what's convenient, economical, and that's what they're used to. So that's what I would say to like number one. But number two, but I like that he's thinking of functionality, which is good, because he brought up some valid reasons that it's a common area. Number two, he talked about putting it in a bathroom. I actually don't think that's that bad of an idea, as long as there's enough space. Like, again, I've traveled, I don't know, probably to 15 countries, and I've looked at so many apartments and houses all over the world, so I've definitely seen different styles. I've seen people actually put it in the bathroom, And when I first saw it, it made sense to me. I'm like, oh, this is actually a good idea. You can actually put it in the bathroom. It's a wet area, it's a common use area. The only thing is maybe you have to worry about is ventilation to make sure there's no mold, maybe rusting of the appliances, I don't know. But I've seen that, I think it's okay. But he was saying that they didn't put that there because of, you know, if people are using the bathroom, then it holds up people from using the washing machine. But I think valid, but do I prefer it in a restroom? No, but I can see a good reason for it. Because people are not going to be using the restroom all the time. So when you're washing, it would take like an hour, 2 hours anyways. So that can be going. Now, option number 3, which is the balcony. I don't know if I have seen this. Actually, I have. I've seen people put more like an outdoor washer, but not like an electric one, kind of like in the balcony. But if you put it in the balcony, you still have to route anyways, all this plumbing stuff, unless you're some way connecting to a wastewater drainage that's connected to like a bathroom that's facing the balcony. So again, these are all of the ideas that he's brainstorming. So what I have found out is that a lot of the houses that I go to in Nigeria, it's not a matter of that they don't have space, they just have poor utilizations of spaces. So, and this comes with thinking of it ahead of time. So like me working with an architect to work on our Green Paradise house models. By the way, so if you guys are interested in our community, visit thegreenparadise.com. I'm brainstorming with him on how to actually carve out space from this area and create like a laundry room area instead of putting it in the kitchen. So I think if you have a blank slate and you think about it ahead of time, like the possibility of having a laundry room, I actually think 90% of these houses can actually create a laundry room. It won't be a gigantic one, but like a small corner. Another model that some people do, I see houses with a huge pantry, like a huge pantry, and they still have the washing machine underneath the sink. So again, it's just more like, I think it's the level of exposure, or Nigerian artisans tend to just do what they've always seen done. So they just do it because that's the standard way of doing it. So yeah, but people like me that come from outside that we're not used to that, so now we're the one like challenging, like, wait, why don't we like try doing it like this? So yeah, so that's another reason, but I personally think it's just thinking of the layout ahead of time. So now, a lot of the places that I live now, I'm used to it, a lot of the washing machine in the kitchen. So sometimes I question if maybe people like me are the one that's like being a bit too like picky. So I want to get you guys' opinion. What do you think? Are you indifferent? Is it not a big deal to have it in there? Or do you actually prefer it in the kitchen? Or are you one of those that's like, no. The washing machine needs to be in a completely separate space. I want to get you guys' opinion because this helps me know in general like what people are thinking. Especially me having an audience of people all over the world. Even if you're from another side of Africa, I want to know your own personal opinion. If you had the choice to design your space, do you not mind the washing machine in the kitchen? Are you indifferent wherever the heck it is as long as it's there? You guys let me know your opinion on which one you prefer. I even have a client recently that we're helping doing some slight renovation to her kitchen. And one thing that I saw was there's a huge space underneath the stairs, and the stairs is backing up the pantry area. So we're like, man, we can actually literally use the bottom of the stairs area, put a door there and make that a laundry room. So anyways, I think it's about just utilizing the spaces a little bit better. So share your comments underneath this video below. And SirFolajimi, I think is his name. Check him out on Instagram. He actually creates amazing content. And I'm so glad that he came out to explain this new phenomenon. Actually, it's just new to me. They do it in a lot of different places. So yeah, check him out. He has a lot of awesome tips. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm excited to read your comments below underneath this video. And remember, it's your time to rise and let your light shine. Peace.